G'day guys, welcome to another edition of the Robbie. Robbie. Toluca. He's over in the car park. Dobson Park.
Robbie.
Tinder date.
What a start then. Who we got the table?
Let's start again.
No, let's go.
That's good.
Yeah, we're going.
Robbie's in the car park.
We're rolling.
Alright, another edition of the Rub. Number 3, we've got Dwayne Paisley, Jacko on the table. The man, the myth, the legend. He's a stalwart of the St Andrews Cricket Club. We've been supporters of them and been training them up over the last 3 or 4 years. And yeah, decided to get him in because he knows our work really well and he's a fucking character.
Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty important attribute to have when you're interviewing somebody. So interesting.
I would go close to saying number one ticket holder.
Yeah, I reckon.
CEO.
Big advocate of our work. So anyway, wanted you to tell us about yourself. What's your early life? Where were you born? Where you went to school? And your interests and bit of work life too, perhaps.
Oh yeah, no worries, mate. Well, bloody grew up in the old suburbs of Croydon, just 10 minutes down the road. Nothing too exciting, you know, just a standard old Aussie family, mum and dad, older brother, younger sister. Went to the old Croydon Primary, which you'll see is a pretty shit school by the time you finish hearing me talk.
They're breeding good there.
Nah, but it was a good school really. But yeah, just grew up in Croydon, literally, you know, back in the day, what was that, 77 I was born, so 70s and 80s is a pretty simple life, wasn't it? Not like today. You pretty much lived 10 minutes from school, you walked there, you know, you went to the bloody milk bar afterwards, got some fish and chips or something, went home, and then you go to cricket training or footy training, whatever the season was, and, you know, all your mates grew up either 1 or 2 streets away, so I remember the old rules were just be home when the street lights come on. So mum and dad, they didn't give a shit where you were. It was just like, off you go. So you're up to any old sort of stuff, you know. Flogging a packet of lollies from the milk bar or something like that. But as I say, pretty much all we really did was finish school, went home, and if it was footy season, we had, you know, 20 kids in the street playing footy. And if it was cricket season, 20 kids in the street playing cricket. And unlike today, you know, you play in the middle of the road. Just that was it. Didn't matter if you were 5 years old or 15, and the old yelling out of car, you know, you'd be just batting, someone yell out car, everyone just scatters off the road and moves the bin, and then the car would fly past you and you just run back on there and go again for the next hour. And it was simple times, unlike today, you know. Mum and dad wouldn't let kids on the street, they'd be too scared some hooligan would run them over most likely. So you start to sound old when you talk that sort of rubbish, but that's how it was. And then, as I say, you had your couple of nights a week of either footy or cricket training in between just playing footy and cricket. And that was really it, mate. Nothing fancy I had. It was just pretty much go to school, play sport and hang around your family. So,
They were good times.
oh, they were simple times, mate, because you hear a lot of stuff these days, but that was all it was. And those mates that I, you know, went to primary school with are still good mates to this day. I still see them, and they all played cricket. The club I played at when I was 7 years old was Croydon Rangers. I left there when I was 21 just for more opportunity at St Andrews, but all those mates, we still play against Croydon Rangers, and it's like I never left, you know. We're still like 5-year-old kids really, just trying to beat the crap out of each other and hanging shit on each other, and, you know. I remember the first time I played against them, my brother was the opening bowler for them and I was the opening batsman. And he got me out with an elbow. It was an absolute shit-house decision by the armpit. He's given me the biggest fucking spray ever, walking me off the ground, just abusing the shit out of me. And all my mates are just going bananas. And I'm thinking to myself, geez, just want to bloody find a hole to get swallowed up in, you know. But I mean, they got me out. I only made 110 by that stage. But that fucking nothing worse than when you fail against the opposition. So yeah, it was a bad day, but you know.
I didn't realise that was a long setup.
Everything there is true and accurate reflection. So, but yeah, that was about it, mate. And to this day, still just playing cricket, really, working hard and playing cricket. So
You mentioned St Andrews at 21 years of age.
Yeah.
And you're still there.
Yeah, well, I'm 44 this year, but
Wow.
yeah, so I was playing at Rangers and they had a merger, and the merger just was pretty shit, to be honest. Just didn't really enjoy that first season. And then when I moved house, I literally lived behind St Andrews.
Oh, did you?
And my cousin was the president, and he knew I was sort of didn't like the merger. He said, "Oh, come give us a season, and you know everything might settle down over there, and you can go back if you want." And then the first year there, I just absolutely loved it. And the best thing was, I lived behind the joint, so you just get absolutely hammered and jump the fence and go home. So I thought, fuck this, I'm staying here. So yeah, I just stay there, and mate, as I say, it was such a great place. It's like, well, why would you leave? You know, even though my mates and my brother and everyone else are somewhere else, and it's a bit of a shame that I didn't get to play the next 20 years with them. But look, they didn't miss out on too much, mate. They only missed out on 8,500 runs and 200 wickets. So
Not the much.
I might have made that up, but no, it's pretty accurate. But no, that was good fun. So
It'd be good to educate our worldwide viewers on cricket. There wouldn't be too many nations maybe that know cricket, Jacko. So this is good.
well, yeah, it's a weird sport, isn't it? So if you don't play or enjoy cricket, it's probably the most boring sport in the world to watch. It's a bit. People say it's like baseball. It's probably not, but it's pretty much as boring as baseball if you don't understand it. But yeah, you pretty much just got 11 dickheads standing in the sun all day in long pants and long shirt, trying to get each other out. Which even trying to understand the rules is a joke. You know, and then you stand there for 5 hours in the blazing hot 40-degree sun and you lose, and you think, what the hell am I doing out here? So you can't really explain the game to people. Yeah, you can't explain it to people. You just say, look, if you don't enjoy it, don't bother worrying about it. So it's a bit of a weird sport, mate.
Yeah. Anyway, so I suppose with cricket comes community, and I know that that's something you're massive on, is the community, and like you've really helped us with our community as well, because that's a big value of ours as well. Really important to us to, make sure everyone's feel inclusive, and we kind of get things done together, like our fitness stuff or our business stuff. We're all community based, so it's something that's really big for you. Can you talk a bit about community for us, man?
Yeah, well, as I say, growing up, like we grew up, we didn't have anything really. It was just like, as I say, simple times, just a house, a family, and sport. But that was something that I learned from my parents. Was I remember, because they were there, and they still are. My mum and dad still watch every single game I play. They're there before the boys are there, like waiting to watch. They're there after the game, and that's where I learned it was. We used to have kids in our team in like under 12s whose parents wouldn't even come to the game to watch. So we had some kids, a couple of them, their parents would say, oh, they can't play this year. And we go, why not? Oh, because we can't get them to the game and that. My old man said, well, I'll pick them up. So my old man would be the bus driver pretty much. He'd just pick us up from school. We'd just go and get about 8 other kids in the back of a 3-seater car and chuck all the bloody bags and stuff on the car, on the roof, and in the boot, wherever they fit. And he just took everyone there, and what it does, it just got kids off the street and that. And that's what I like about it. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a CEO of the biggest company in the world or the bloody local larrikin hanging out by the milk bar doing nothing. Once you're in a club, you're all one. And that's what I like about it. We have people from all walks of life, and some are very good players and some are not so good, but once you come to that environment, you're all the same and you're all there for the same reason. You have a beer after the game and, have something to eat and tell a story, and 25 years later, they're lifelong friends. So that's what I like about it. And that's why I keep going back, because you'd see with our young boys who train with us tonight, we've got 15 or 16-year-old kids. So to me, by playing and captaining those guys and trying to help them, not only are you helping them get better at cricket, you're keeping them off the street, aren't you? So how many 16, 17-year-old kids go pear-shaped, don't they? They get hooked up with the wrong crowd, or instead of being standing in the sun for 6 hours, they're down the station hanging around with dickheads, and then
getting baked in a different way.
Yeah, then they're in all sorts of trouble. So the good thing is they come with us, and you try and teach them teamwork and stuff like that, like team and not letting each other down and doing your best and getting fit, and that's what I love about it, mate. So I coach Isabel's team now there.
Izzy, come over here.
Come and say hello. Liz.
Have a little bit of a cameo.
Come and sit here, Izzy, say hello.
Who's this?
This is Izzy.
Yeah, young Isabel. So
Jacko's Offspring.
Yeah, little daughter. What are you?
Look at that.
Oh,
Takes
oh.
after mum, of course.
You're beautiful like that. You're like, baby. Say hello. But I coach her team. And how many friends from school play is?
Like 6.
6 girls from her at school. So every Friday it's the same thing. And I rock up to the school and a couple of the boys play as well. And as soon as I turn up, I'm like, I see you at the cricket tonight, Dwayne. I'm like, yeah, see you there. So they're excited. And I pick up Izzy and a couple other kids whose parents sometimes can't make it. I grab them and we go down, don't we? We set the rooms up, pinch a bag of chips, have a drink. And then 5 o'clock we get stuck into it. So, and then just watching them, they, like 3 years ago, some of the kids had never thrown a ball or bowled a ball or hit a ball in their life, had they, some of them? And now what do? We win every game, don't we? No one can beat us, can they?
Smash it.
So that's what's good about it. And then, you know, they're batting and they're bowling and the game finishes and all they want to do is run around the oval and they just run over to the nets and play again. And all of a sudden it's 8:30 and the parents want to go home and the kids are still running around. So it gets them out, ninja, gets them moving. So that's why I enjoy doing it, mate. Do you love cricket, Iz? Yeah. How much?
Like
A lot. Who's the best cricketer you've ever seen? You got to say me.
Surely.
Actually, you should tell the camera who come to our backyard and played cricket with us one time.
Steve Smith.
Steve Smith. Yeah, so that was a cool day. So
Yeah.
so it's been good fun. So that's that's why I keep doing it, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, sweet.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for
it's-
that. Awesome little cameo
You're on
there.
YouTube now.
You'll be famous now. Maybe talk to us about just the cricket club's involvement at MMT, because I know we've had some really special times over the past few years, but maybe talk us about that first 2019 season when you came to train with us as a team.
Yeah, well, remember speaking to you boys after the 18 season, and we were a good side and we were a young side, but we were a bit inconsistent. And a few of the things I was, on this rub down table with Ninja just ploughing through me like he is now. We talk about things that would, why we missed finals or why we didn't win games, and we sort of nutted it out, didn't we? Ninja sort of said, well, maybe we're not fit enough, physically, and maybe we're not fit enough mentally. And that was probably the biggest one, mentally fit. If we got challenged or an opposition was, a bit bigger or stronger or ripped into us, we'd sort of just lose our way a little bit. So you talked about, look, come here, we'll do a shitload of physical work and get as fit as we can. At the same time, we'll do a lot of work on the mind, talking about us, being in the now, don't think about tomorrow. Or maybe you said you can't change, what's happened, you can't change what's going to happen, but you can be right now in the present. And we just did a million different things, didn't we? Like, we worked hard, we did bloody courses in the rain, we tackled the shit out of each other across the road.
Nearly killed each
Nearly
other.
killed each other. We sat in this very room and told each other why we loved playing in a team together and what, everything's always negative. We were just talking about why we loved each other so much, and it was very empowering. And after 6 months of doing that, we knew that our opposition, weren't doing that type of thing, and we just believed that we were the strongest, fittest, hardest, most loved team there was. And that season, there's 2 competitions. There's the regular Saturday season and the 2020 season. And the regular Saturday season, we played 17 games and lost 2. And the 2020 season, we played 7 games and lost 0. And we just pumped everyone and won both flags. And I honestly believe if we didn't come out, that wouldn't have happened. It was all belief. It was all in the mind. Some unbelievable days. Remember the piss up we had that day, boys? I remember Ninja didn't have a can. Did you have a can?
No.
I might have had one.
Yeah, we made
don't
up for
drink.
you, but we made up for you.
Had
True
his spleen
story.
removed.
True story. The next day,
Liver transplant.
I was feeling a bit shit the next day because I thought, shit, I've had a big drink here. Mate, we drank for 20 hours straight on the Jim Beam cans, and I woke up the next day with some massive pains in my gut. I thought, fuck, I'm in trouble here. And then about 5 hours later, I was in an emergency department and had to get rushed in for gallbladder removal. But
Unrelated, of course.
mate,
Couldn't have been the day before. No way.
but I tell you now, fucking it's worth it. People, I keep telling these boys, these guys think I'm joking when I say to them, you literally have to just fucking sacrifice everything you got to win a flag. And I don't care what it is.
Sacrifice a gallbladder for a flag.
Anything, like anything. So,
Oh, that's fantastic, Jacko.
mate, you only live once. So, you know, even my knees are a bit sore at the moment. And Melissa was like, oh, fucking, you might not be able to walk in 20 years. And I said, but when you push me up the hill at St Andrews and there's 50 fucking flags hanging there, that's all I care about. So, you could, knees come and go, mate. Flags don't. So, you just got to just get a new knee and win another flag.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So you're pretty focused on the cricket, aren't you? It's like your highest value possible.
Yeah, you have to win. That's it.
And you put your holidays around it. You've got to be back on the Friday night or the Saturday morning and then go off and play cricket. And
Yeah, 100%. Got married on a Friday night, played cricket the next day.
Yeah.
And then went to the honeymoon that night. So it's good fun. Well, you got to get the priorities straight.
That's it.
So many of these blokes these days, and you know, they fucking get married on a Saturday. It's like, my God, what are you doing? Like,
Ridiculous, isn't it?
yeah, you got six days of the week to get married. Oh, I'm gonna get married on the Saturday. Jesus Christ, you know. So anyway, younger generation, mate. Yeah. So
Jacko, I reckon one of the funniest things you ever told me is just regarding the helmet, the wearing of the helmet in cricket. So do you want to maybe talk about just how fast these hard balls come at you and what the normal attire is for a cricketer, especially one that opens the batting?
Well, yeah, that's the problem. So the balls are very, very hard, as you can imagine. So once again, if we're talking to the old Americans over there, it's like a baseball. It's rock hard. Little ball comes flying at you. Comes at you anywhere between, depends who's bowling, 115 and 140k, which I don't know what that is in miles an hour, but
just under 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, a bit under 100 miles an hour. And sometimes they literally try and hit you in the head as part of the game. They actually want to hit you in the head, or they say they don't, but they bowl at your head, so they obviously do. And the idea is that to get you a little bit scared so that they can sort of get you out the next ball. Going back 15 or 20 years ago, in their wonderful fucking mind, the rules put this thing in place that they highly recommend that you wear a helmet when you're batting. So obviously it's going to protect your head. It's pretty, fiberglass helmet, a grill around your face so I can't smash your face in. But I never wore one because I don't like them. And I reckon what it's actually done since then was people have got hit in the head more. So back when I was growing up, you got taught if they bowled at your head, you got two options. One, watch the ball all the way and hit it, just in front of your face, so you're actually watching it and whack it, hit it over the fence, or just duck and get out of the way of it. Now, if you watch the ball, you won't get hit. It's simple as that. But then they put these helmets on, so the first thing they do, they've got protection, right? They see it coming, they turn their head away, take the eye off it, get hit in the fucking head. So,
or in the back of the head too.
Yeah, the back of the head, which is where Phil Hughes got killed, which is unfortunate. But so my theory is the helmets have done the reverse in a way. Like guys actually now know they're protected, so they take their eye off the ball. Where if I take my eye off the ball, mate, I'm getting bloody hurt. So pretty simple, isn't it? You just watch it and hit it. Now I've opened the batting and I probably know what I was myself. Fucking 37 years. And no one's been good enough to get you yet, so just watch the ball.
Yeah. I can't even begin to tell you how he'd be in his own class.
Oh, I'm the only person that does it.
Except Jacko, last season we were watching on YouTube a live match.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And the helmet came out.
Well,
the type of helmet.
That was a bit of a tactic. We're playing against some blokes we don't really like, and they had a bloke who bowls fast enough, and as you know, I don't wear a helmet. And he set this field, and he had no one behind the keeper, and every other area that, on the ground where I wanted to hit the ball, we had fielders there. So I thought, well, if I just bend down and just scoop it over my head, over the keeper, it'd be runs, won't it? So I thought to myself, fuck, if I'm going to be standing there scooping it fucking over my head, the chances are I'm probably going to put one straight between my eyes. So I better just chuck the helmet on. And we got given an Australian cricket helmet. So I thought, I'll wind these blokes up and I'll call for that one. So I put the Aussie helmet on and then got down on one knee and scooped this prick about 3 times over the head for 4. And fucking he hated every second of it. But it worked and got him upset, and he went off his line of length and he had the shits. And But I made a ton that day too, Aaron, if you remember.
I was watching live on YouTube.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it because I was watching and there was no audio, so all I could see is Jacko on 90 not out, and he's called for an Australian brand. And I'm just thinking, that's the biggest flex I've ever seen in my life.
Everything's done for a reason. Everything's done for a reason,
Very
mate.
smart.
Sometimes they think I'm a bit crazy, but I've always got something fucking conjured up in the background. So, and it worked because all they were doing was like, "Who's this fucking bloke think he is? He's got the Aussie helmet on." So all they're doing is thinking about me, aren't they? Not what they're going to do. And that was the idea. Just take their mind off what they're supposed to do. And it worked. They took their mind off that and just focused on me, which was a mistake. But anyway, good fun. Another good story to tell.
Yeah.
So,
All yarns.
oh yeah, pisser.
There you go. How you going there, Jacko? Good treatment, mate?
Oh fuck, I won't be able to move tonight.
You'll be right.
We've got a gym session in 15 minutes, and
I suppose if we can go back a little bit, I've known you for probably 10 years or something now, and
yeah, I'd say so.
like you're working at a different job
Yeah.
back then. You're working for Philip Morris,
Yeah,
the cigarette company, and
Yeah.
Corporate.
yep,
Very different to what you're doing now. You work as a gardener, landscaper, and
yep,
but I suppose I fixed up your groins and all these different things. I gave you lots of curry,
yeah,
like Achilles.
Oh, fuck.
Some of those Achilles treatments were just brutal.
yep,
But you kept on coming back, and you've become an advocate. So you just everybody that needed to get fixed, you'd send them in. So we've
oh yeah,
had this relationship over many years, and yeah, the swearing that came out even right from day one, it was sort of something.
Well, I remember the first time you handballed Jacko to me. I was just starting out, and you came with a disclaimer.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of a body now. I reckon you dropped a C-bomb 2 seconds in.
I know.
he
That's
always
what
tells that story. That's bullshit.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, that was funny.
So I suppose like through your corporate career and then kind of knowing how people work, understanding psychology, things like that, and human behaviour,
Yeah.
it's kind of given you a really good understanding of how people tick and how a cricket club can be better.
Yep.
Yeah, through that organisation, and yeah, I'm happy that you've let us be a part of that journey with you, man.
No, it goes both ways, mate. Like I think we help each other, don't we? So
Absolutely.
like it's been good fun. You've bloody slaughtered me on this bench many times, but
But he's still playing because of us.
Exactly.
yeah, exactly. I remember. Well, that groin injury was shocking. Remember that?
Yep.
I remember you used to bloody get your fingers in right next to me nut bag. And quite
Someone's got to do it.
I actually didn't have a sore groin. I just liked you touching my nut bag.
Come in wearing a box. Protective cup. Trying to impress me.
Oh shit! But yeah, that was painful. The Achilles was bad. The Achilles, they were like little bloody peanuts on the Achilles, weren't they? They were like little balls. They were fucking killing me. That used to hurt too. That was bad actually. That was a bad one. What else did we had? Bloody.
Well, your knee blew out in half last year.
Oh yeah, my knee was cooked. Yeah, the
You still
doctor.
playing? Didn't miss.
No, I didn't miss,
Didn't
but
miss.
fucking hurt. That
You
hurt.
come in with your head blowing up once a month, don't you? Like a big migraine.
Oh yeah. Migraines are just. I'll probably got to settle down, slow down a bit at some stage, but.
But you don't stop. You keep going, hitting tons. They can't get you out, mate.
Yeah, you just got to, oh mate, as I said, mate, as Ninja tells you, mate, the body never gives up, it's just the mind. Isn't that right, Ninja?
That's correct. Yeah.
So you just got
Listened
to,
and learnt well.
you just got to keep going. I keep telling the boys, don't be a pussy, like, you know, oh, I can't come to train and fucking, oh, mate, what are you doing? Like, honestly, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're 16 years old, you've got nothing to do with your life, shut up and get the training. Like, fuck's sake. All right.
It's good, Jacko. They need to hear it, I reckon.
Well, they do need to hear it because if you want to be the best, you've got to train the best, and that's what, you know, as I say, I hurt. Well, my body's pretty cooked, you know, I've been through the ringer, but I just want to keep getting better. Like even this year, I keep telling them I'm going to have the best year I've ever had, which is pretty hard because I've been pretty amazing for so long, Ninja. Fuck. No, but you just want to get better, you know, that's what I want to do. I just want to keep getting better. And my goal is, like, there's so many people at our club. Like I look at, like not only the guys I play with, but there's guys who are like 75 years old, like Lance Harvey and Neville Jackson, Lee Murray. Like they played back in the 70s, right? And they're still at every match because they want to see us win. So I keep saying to the boys, if that's not motivation for you, like the flag we won, and we had like they give you like 15 medals or some shit like that, and we only had like a 12th man, a 13th man. So I got Donnie Smith, who I knew was pretty crook, and he was like 80 years old. When we gave the last medal, we called him up and gave him the very last medal, and the look on his face and the smile and the fucking, he just loved every second of that. And then to me, that was what made the whole season worth it, just his smile.
Yeah.
And then he died 12 months later, and his daughter said to me, like, when they were packing up his aged care home, in his bedside drawer was that medal, and nothing else,
Yeah.
So to me, like, not only do we win, like I get to share with Isabel, my mum, Melissa, Dad, but then there's just fucking people from everywhere. They just come out of the fucking trees to see you. It's like, well, they're still watching you. What, they finished playing 50 years ago, or 40, or whatever the hell it was, and they're still there wanting you to win. So you got to do it for everyone, really, not just yourself.
Yeah.
So that's my mindset anyway. Just fucking be an animal, mate. Just try and win everything.
Beautiful.
Doesn't matter what you do.
I reckon it's a good testament to Jacko, and it's like you just said, man. I like second the motion that it's awesome having you around, and there's a security in knowing that you're our biggest advocate, telling people how good we are, and bringing up the troops to come and train with us, and you're a big community man.
Well, it is important to keep good with you guys too, because I work around the area, and whenever I need a piss, I can just come.
It's always coming in.
I just comes to piss every day during lockdown.
Every day.
All I hear is that you, Jacko? Next minute I just pinch a kombucha. Get a couple of those fucking chocolate peanuts you got downstairs, eat a couple of those. Ninja makes me that drink. What's that drink you make me?
The cocoa with maca and mushrooms.
And then I'm back at 10 minutes later shitting it out.
Yeah, I know. Detox the body, Jacko. Got a few toxins to clear out, brother.
So good.
Thanks for joining us today, Jacko.
No worries,
that was
boys.
Fantastic, mate. You're a bloody legend, and the world needs more Jackos.
Everyone
needs a Jacko in their life.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So thanks, mate.
It's been fun, boys.
You carry to finish, Ninja? What do you?
We're a bit of elbow. I don't know how much I gave him.
Fucking hell.
100%. Come on!
Fuck off, Ninja. Here's come walking. Jesus Christ.